This is a story about a journey that took 19 years to be completed. Stephen loved taking on challenging adventures. One day, Stephen read about a sea ship that was believed to be unsinkable. But once, a huge iceberg caused that ship to sink. Slowly, Stephen started enjoying reading sea adventure stories. Then he thought, why not go on a challenging sea journey himself? Stephen began spending all his time learning how to sail ships. At the age of 16, Stephen planned a journey that could prove to be extremely dangerous. This sea journey was expected to take 3 years to complete. Completing this sea journey had become the goal of Stephen's life. Stephen spent 16 years preparing for this journey. He learned many different skills that could help him during the voyage. Finally, the time arrived. On January 6, 1928, Stephen began the journey with 6 people: his wife, his 2 children, and 2 crew members. The first few days went very well. Stephen kept praying to God, saying, "Oh God, please do not let a sea storm come during our journey." But God did not listen to his prayer. On the night of January 18th, at 10 p.m., Stephen saw a very large cloud in the distance. At first, he ignored it, but when he looked carefully again, he realized that it was not a cloud, but a massive sea wave. Seeing such a huge wave, Stephen became completely frightened. The wave was moving rapidly toward the ship Wavewalker. Stephen did not have much time. He quickly told everyone to go inside the ship. Just as Stephen was about to go inside, the massive wave pushed him off the ship into the sea. At that moment, Stephen had lost all hope of surviving. But then he looked toward the Wavewalker and gathered his courage. Suddenly, something miraculous happened. Another wave came and threw him back onto the ship. However, he was in terrible condition. Even then, he managed to control the ship throughout the entire night. By morning, the storm had finally stopped. Because of the storm, they had lost their way. There was also no food left on their ship, Wavewalker. For 12 days, they wandered hungry and thirsty, trying to find their way, but they could not see any island. Now everyone had lost hope. Stephen had only one chance left. He decided to steer the ship toward the north because he still had hope. But 3 hours passed. Stephen started feeling that they would never survive. Feeling hopeless, he went to his room to sleep. When he opened his eyes, he found himself lying on an island where there was no shortage of food and water. And then he started eating with his family.